Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be, I don't know if it's a chatty get ready with me, maybe more of a tutorial slash chatty get ready with me using a few new makeup items, new makeup items to me. Some of these are new and some of these have been out. A product that has been out but is new to my collection is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. That's how I got this. As well as the Benefits Hello Happy 4 foundation, and then the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is just a mini, but the star of today's show, what this video is about, is the new Natasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette. So this little guy here retails for $55. They call it the Midi Bronze and Glow palette. This is what the palette looks like. Now, I haven't played with her Bloom yet, but you get two cream in her other palette. And this one, the Super Glow, isn't that creamy formula. But she does have this nice little cover so that it protects the one cream shade. And then you get this blush and bronze color here and this Glow Impact powder. I used everything in this palette and I can already tell you I think it's stunning. I know a lot of people didn't like it being bronzy. I don't think a lot of people watched Natasha's video where this is a blush. So people think this is just like a bronzing palette. I mean, even if you watch Alicia Kinky Sweat's video, she talks about how this shade here has a little bit of a red undertone. So one of my favorite blushes is the Ofra Blush in Format. And as you can see, this is a bronzy blush because there are bronzy blushes out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just for reference, because again, this is my all-time, one of my favorite blushes, just to see. So this is the Format. And then this is the Natasha Denona. The Natasha Denona, and this is the Format, which the Format one is leans more on a, I would say, of a peachy type bronze, and then this one has more of that red. So I'm really happy because it is a different tone. I was wondering if they were going to be similar or not, and I will say that my Ofra one does lean a little bit more on like a peach bronze. So there's also one other shade. So I also have two Becca blushes, and I wanted to compare them because again, they lean on that bronzy. Because again, that's like what I love. So like where people were complaining that they wish it would have been something different, I was super excited. So this is Songbird. Just so you can see, this is a little bit more on the peach side. This is Songbird, this is the Natasha Denona Tan, and this is Ofra. Just so you can see the variations. Can you tell that this is like what I like? I like deeper bronzy colors, especially during the summer. And then this one is the Becca Wild Honey shade. So this is Songbird, Wild Honey, Natasha Denona Tan, and the Ofra. She did explain that it's a blush. So it's a blush for people who like more of those bronzy tan blushes. Maybe in winter she'll come out with a more pink for those people who like pink. But this is the star of the show. So let's go ahead and play with some makeup and let's see how I came up with this look. So we're gonna create this eye look on this eye using the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. So I recently just picked this up during the VIB. I picked it up because my mom got me the gold palette and it's becoming one of my favorite palettes. When people would say it's worth it, I still don't think so. It's worth it because you get a lot of product. But finally, Natasha Denona listened to her fans and made her palette smaller, and it's priced at a smaller price point. I'm sure the palette will be half the size, but I think it will totally be worth it because her formula is the best. I've always mentioned that Anastasia is my favorite because of the packaging, the formula, and then the price point. But if Natasha Denona keeps coming out with these smaller palettes at a lower price point. So we are going to pick up a fluffy brush. This is the Sigma E35 brush, and we are gonna dip into Bermuda, and we're gonna put that all in the crease. This color is very light, so I am just gonna blow this color pretty much all the way to the top. And just with the back and forth motion, I'm just working that color up and just right up until the underneath the brow bone. So now picking up the color Horizon, we're going to not blow this color out as high. Now we're going to use the same back and forth motion. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to just how effortlessly you can blow this out. Like, there are just some palettes that you just have to work at a little bit more, but with Natasha Denona, you really don't. This is a Vasanti, by the way, Contour Eyeshadow 4. I got this in either Ipsy or a BoxyCharm, and it is a really nice crease brush. And then with a pencil brush, something that can pack on color, this is the Pencil Pro by Sonia G. I am going to pick up the color Pangene, I think it's called. It's like that real deep red shade. And I am going to pack this color in the corner of my crease. And just, I'm not gonna swipe it all the way across. I'm just gonna swipe it a little bit less than the center. I am just packing this on. I'm not really blending it just yet. So if it doesn't look as blended, we'll blend that out in a minute. Okay. And then going back with that Vasanti and taking that Horizon color, we're just going to blend that red in and then just kind of blend that out. Now I'm just tapping because I have deep set eyes. So sometimes I have to blend the color up because then when I rest my eye, it folds down. So I have to kind of bring that shade up. So when you're doing your eyes, let them rest. So then you know what you have to play with. Okay, I am going to take the color Ice Gold, which is this really pretty like white color with like very subtle gold shift to it. This color is really, really pretty. So I'm gonna put this right in the corner using, this is a Sigma shader lid brush. It's just a small little shader brush so you can get into the corner a little bit better. And I'm not wetting any of these. I wanted you to see how this comes out without any MAC Fix Plus. And then with my pinky finger, I am going into Sundazed, and I am just going to right next to that white shade, I am just gonna dab this shade in. And then going into Mandarin with this finger, I am going to dab this a little bit next to Sundazed. And then with my Sonia G, this is the Sonia G Builder Pro. I am on one side just going to kind of go over those colors a little bit. And then I'm gonna flip it and then just kind of blend those shades together because I'm trying to create a sunset. So going from that lighter gold to that darker one. And then going into the color Morgana, I'm gonna use my middle finger and I'm gonna dab that on the side. This is the Sigma Pencil E30 brush. I'm just going to kind of start to, this is like a clean brush that I used to kind of intensify that ice gold. And then I'm going to add some of that under my brow bone. And what I usually do is I go over pretty much everything so that it's more seamless. You don't have to do this, you could be done right here. I like to go back and then just kind of sweep everything and blend them all together. Now these shades shouldn't muddy. If it's a good palette, the shades won't like muddy together. which is, this is why this palette is the best. And I'm just deepening the side. And then I just pick up different shader brushes just because after I put stuff on with my finger, I do like to kind of go over it with a brush, because a brush just gets into places that your finger cannot. And I just like to bring it up higher. And then I'll take another shader brush, or you could clean yours off, but I prefer to just have different ones. And I just go over everything again, just to intensify it so that you could see the subtle shifts and everything. Okay, so that is the eye look. So next up, we are going to play with, this is the Benefit Hello Happy. This is in number 4. I picked this up when Ulta had it for like half off. So I got this foundation for $14.50, which is worth it to me because I don't like paying a lot for foundation because I'm cheap. And I haven't used the Tatcha Silk Canvas yet. I picked up like a kit of theirs and it came with a mini. Oh, this is really soft. Here that you're supposed to use like the littlest amount, like a rice size amount, I think it is. So I am just going to put this where my pores are extremely large. All right. I kind of always been that person that puts way too much foundation on. So I'm just gonna do one little pump. And I don't know what coverage this is. It's light to medium. I would say that that is very, very accurate. This color is actually pretty good. Didn't cover any of my dark spots. I would say this is very little coverage. Let's try this again. Let's shake it up really well. All right. I think this foundation would be absolutely gorgeous for people who don't have dark spots, because this foundation does feel weightless. So if you don't need full coverage, I mean, this went on really pretty. I have a lot of dark spots. I don't have like a lot of blemish scars or anything like that, but I have quite a bit of dark spots. So maybe with concealer, this will be a nice combo for the summer because it does feel very light. And this isn't anything new. This is just my Urban Decay. This is the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. It's like one of my favorites because it's just so hydrating. I have very oily skin, but I have very dry under eyes and a very, very dry center, this center right here, because I frown a lot. It's one of the few concealers that doesn't dry me out. Okay, so that might be a nice combo actually. I'll have to do like a wear test. It doesn't seem like a bad combination. Let's go ahead and finish under the eyes. We are going to take a pencil brush. This is just like a Morphe. I like it because it's kind of like, it's not stiff. I am just gonna take that Horizon color and I am going to buff that underneath my eye. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. Now, there is kick up with this palette, and I think that's just because they blend, because even though they kick up in the pan, I don't get fallout. I don't have any fallout with these Natasha Denona shades. They just kick up a lot in the pan. They are powdery, but I think that's just because they blend out like a dream. And then I'm going into Penjing color, and I'm only taking that in the corner. So the eye look is pretty much done. I haven't decided if I'm not doing falsies because I just don't. To wear falsies all day, I don't like to do. I'm trying to strengthen my lashes and actually get them to a healthy state. And I think wearing falsies just for my YouTube channel and wearing falsies all day, that's not gonna happen. So I only wear falsies for special occasions. So I've been really excited. So now we are going to dip into this Natasha Denona tan. So pretty. So, what blush brush are we going to use? I felt like my Wayne Goss deserved to touch this, but I can't find them. Okay, so we're gonna try this Sigma Large Pro Angled Contour. I feel like this will be soft enough. And there is kick up with this as well. So yeah, this is like really pigmented. Some people were upset that she came out with this tan, and they wanted, and I guess everyone has a right to their opinion, but it makes sense. Like, she did bloom, like the flowers bloom in spring, and now she did tan because you tan in summer. Like, this is obviously a summer extension. So I think it'll be cool if she keeps going and does like fall and winter. And some people prefer a more bronzy blush. Like, those are my favorite. Bronzy blushes and like brown blushes, like the Ofra Format blush, which is a bronzy blush. Those are like my favorite type of blushes. People are always talking about that JLo glow, and it's like, what do you think JLo wears? She does not wear pink blushes all the time. Most of her blushes are this tan glowy color. So I just thought it was weird hearing some of the complaints on it, because you got a very vibrant peachy blush palette, and now we're going into the summer, and this just screams summer to me. So that's just my opinion. And I'm pretty, I wouldn't say I am light, but I am more on the lighter side when it comes to being Hispanic. So I think this will work out for different ranges. I don't know if it would be good for someone with really fair skin and really, really dark skin. And this is the Super Glow. So let's go in with the Super Glow now. Oh yeah. If you want more of a matte blush, you just use this one, and then you can top it with this Super Glow if you want more of a like a satin finish. Just really, really pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna lay this cream glow base, and this, I hear you put this down so the highlighter sticks better. And we are gonna take this Sigma High Cheekbone highlighting brush. It's really pretty. You see it? I like this formula. It doesn't seem to like bring out texture like some powders do. Yeah, a little more glow. Okay, so this is what the blush looks like. I am going to finish my eyes, probably tightline, and then add some mascara, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so I am back, and all I did was I put a little baby wing, not a big wing, and I used my Physicians Formula liner. And then for my liner, I used in the inner corner of my eye, I used this NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. And then for the rest of my liner, I use this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Torch. This is a really, really pretty color. And then I did deepen my cheeks a little bit more just because I wanted a little bit more something. And then I didn't add more of the glow, but I did deepen my cheeks. I do feel like the foundation that I played with isn't doing this blush justice, because I can just see a lot of my dark spots peeking through. So let's just go ahead and talk about that. Well, actually, let's go back. We'll talk about these hands in hand, because I'm not crazy about this. So I wonder if that's why I don't see a difference with this. I don't see that this blurred any of my pores, but then again, I don't care for this foundation. So I need to play with this some more. So I will definitely come with an update on the Tatcha, because it just, I don't like the way my face came out. So, and then this foundation, I don't think is bad. It's just definitely a light coverage, and I don't like full coverage because I don't like the way it feels on my face. But because I have dark spots, I do need a little bit more of a coverage, like a medium. And I find this to be a very light coverage. It just wasn't enough coverage for me. So someone who is not needing a lot of coverage might really like this. I also don't see how this had any kind of blurring effect. I don't like the way my foundation came out. So I will play with this some more. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to make this work, but I wasn't crazy about this. And then the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I mean, there's really nothing bad I can say about this. I already know just by having one of Natasha Denona's palettes that I was going to like this, because people do tend to say that this is one of her best, like her better formulas. And then they say that with the gold as well. So I love the eye look I came out with. It was super easy. It wasn't anything that took a lot of time. So I am happy with this. And then last but not least, the Natasha Denona Tan Bronze Glow palette. I'm going to come back with an update, but I'm loving this. I love bronzy blushes. Those are my favorite blushes, especially in the summertime. I think this is perfect. The bloom came out during springtime, which makes total sense to me. So why, I mean, the marketing on this is perfect. I mean, the bloom in spring and then tan in the summer. So I think she nailed it with this one. I do think this came out at the perfect time. I do think this is a very, very summer blush. I think maybe we'll see more of a pink maybe in winter. I feel like she'll come out with something hopefully more autumn. I don't know. I'm hoping that this becomes like a season thing. Like the bloom came out in spring, and I really hope that the tan being summer, she will come out with autumn and then a winter one. So that's what I'm hoping for, but I don't know. I would collect all four of those. So I am really excited to continue to play with that. I do want to play with that one and her bloom, and then do a video on those maybe in a month. So yeah, that will do it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like me and haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and click that notification bell so you know when I upload. And until next time, guys, bye.